the world, St. Lucia's only meant for me. So much history to be told and so much more for eyes to see. The colors feel the love, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. It don't matter where I voyage, it don't matter where I roam. Majestic people standing tall, they're guiding me back home. Raise your flags, the skies above, I can tell you all the way. Proud of it, proud of it, proud of it. So I could go up forever then, feel all the vibes and break away. I could take a trip to link up with friends and family. To my land of birth, to the place I love. No other island in the sun could ever replace you in my heart. And if I ever plan to leave, I go tell you from the start. To my land of birth, to the place I love. Put up your online, sing out the song. I am a down proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a down proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die. I am a down proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a down proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die. Moving forward all together, we are strong but we are one. We can't deny this heritage, we rooted to this land. Let me see your hand, I know every St. Lucian. I will never tread with tongue, unashamed of this land. I getting homesick, I can't stay away too long. We can't even love a vibe, Gros Islet Friday night. So I could go up forever there to feel all the vibes and break away. I could take a trip to link up with friends and family. To my land of birth, to the place I love. No other island in the sun could ever replace you in my heart. And if I ever plan to leave, I go tell you from the start. To my land of birth, to the place I love. Put up your online, sing out the song. I am a down proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a down proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die. I am a down proud Lucia. Represent the land where you from. I am a down proud Lucia, from St. Lucia. And I will raise the flag till I die.
Islands, c'est incroyable.
Travel all over the world, there is no place as sweet as home. Yeah. I got a call from overseas, said I should leave here today, but I must come back, I must come back. Everyone is waving goodbye cause I'm flying away, but I must come back, I must come back. Told the pilot to turn the plane around, cause I must come back, I must come back. Go to the street jam, that's what we like. Freaky on a Friday night. Later in the evening, gravity we clubbing. She tell me to there is a
We acknowledge the arrival of His Excellency, Mr. Felix Finisterre, Deputy to the Governor General. please remain standing as I call on Father Athanase Joseph, parish priest, to invoke the Spirit of the Almighty among us.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. We don't control what happens. We control how we respond to what happens. Let us pray. Gracious God, we gather before you today with hearts full of gratitude as we dedicate this new facility to the service and protection of our communities. We thank you for the vision, dedication, and hard work that have brought this place into being. Thanks for the extensive planning which began from the time this facility was perceived, for the financial and human resources that were made available for this building, the architects, contractors, builders, and consultants. Bless every wall, every room, and every space within these grounds, that they may be used for justice, safety, and peace. May this facility be a place where truth is upheld, compassion is shown, and integrity is lived out daily. We lift up every officer, staff member, and leader who will serve here, and those who will be served. Grant them wisdom in decision-making, courage in the face of danger, and compassion in every interaction. Protect them from harm, strengthen their resolve, and guide their steps in righteousness. Lord, may this building stand as a beacon of hope, trust, and unity between those who we serve and those who are protected. Let your peace reign here, and may every action taken within these walls honor you and uplift our communities. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Father Joseph. You may now have your seats. His Excellency, Mr. Félix Minister, Deputy to the Governor General, Honorable Philippe J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Justice, National Security, Constituency Development, and People Empowerment, Honorable Kenson Kazumi, Minister for Education, Youth Development, Sports, Digital Transformation, and Parliamentary Representative for Gros Islet, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, Minister for Home Affairs, Crime Prevention, Conflict Resolution, and Persons with Disabilities, other members of Cabinet, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Reverend Father Athanase Joseph, Parish Priest, St. Joseph the Worker, Our Church, Gros Islet, Mr. Leslie Mondesi, Attorney General, Mrs. Sarah Dupré Cotter, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, other Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Vingard, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Evaristus Jamari, Chairperson of NIPRO and NIC Board of Directors, Mr. Ricky Quinlan, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Department of Home Affairs and Gender Affairs, other Deputy Permanent Secretaries, Mr. George Raju, Financial Analyst, Department of Home Affairs and Gender Affairs, Mr. Wayne Shalry and Mr. Ronald Phillip, Deputy Commissioners of Police, Dr. Mashama Sili, Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Elvis Thomas, Mr. Luke De Freitas, Mr. Albert Shalry, Assistant Commissioners of Police, rank and file of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, members of NIPRO Board of Directors, Your Worship, Mr. Lennox Dupal, Mayor of Gros Islet, Mr. Nurani Aziz, CEO of St. Lucia Hotel and Tourism Authority, Mr. Brian Louisi, Executive Director of Chamber of Commerce, other statutory boards of the Government of St. Lucia, private sector, and business community, members of the Gros Islet Constituency Council, members of various community groups, staff of NIPRO, specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the Gros Islet Police Divisional Headquarters. My name is Zachary Hippolyte, Inspector of Police, and I shall be your master of ceremony for today's proceedings. Long before redevelopment plans and modern upgrades, the Gros Islet Police Station served as one of the most community-embedded policing posts in northern St. Lucia. Officers stationed there were known not just as law enforcers, but as familiar faces woven into the daily rhythm of Gros Islet village life. I now invite to the podium an individual who has taken up the portfolio of Minister of Education, and since then, he has been conducting island-wide tours to assess infrastructure and learning conditions. He continues to advocate for increased investment in local sports, including allocations for gear and equipment and ongoing work on the George Odlum Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, the parliamentary representative for Gros Islet, the Honorable Kenson Kazemi.
Thank you very much, Inspector Hippolyte. Protocol already established. Let me just recognize the presence of His Excellency, Mr. Felix Finisterre, Deputy to the Governor General, Honorable Prime Minister Philip Joseph Pierre, the Minister of Finance, Justice, National Security, Constituency Development and People Empowerment, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, Minister for Home Affairs, other cabinet ministers in our presence today, and of course our Attorney General Leslie Mondesi, other well-wishers. Good morning. Good morning. It is my great pleasure to warmly welcome you to the official opening of the Gros Islet Divisional Headquarters. Today marks a significant milestone, not only for the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, but for the people of Gros Islet, and indeed for our nation as a whole. This facility stands as a symbol of progress, partnership, and our collective commitment to strengthening national security and public service. We gather here to celebrate more than the completion of this building. We celebrate the vision that made it possible, the collaboration that sustained it, and the dedication of all those who worked tirelessly to bring this project to life. From the planning and design stages to construction and final completion, many minds, many hands, many people contributed to what is standing before us today. Yes, many, many, many. The people of Gros Islet deserved to have a police station that is conveniently located, accessible, and truly belongs to them. No more playing guessing games. Is the police station at the Scouts headquarters? Is it at a former daycare? Or perhaps will it be at a new rental space in Masad? From today, all of Gros Islet and the world will know exactly where to go to make a police report. No more guessing games. No more jumping from one rental space to another space that is insufficient, inadequate, and only benefits landlords collecting rent. The people of Gros Islet deserved better. Our police deserved better. No more uncomfortable places for officers to rest after a 48-hour shift. No more facilities without recreation. No more absence of a gun range to sharpen their skills in the fight against thugs and criminal elements. No more absence of a comfortable place to write reports. This government has provided the people of Gros Islet and our officers with the best police facility in the region. This modern headquarters has been thoughtfully designed to enhance operational efficiency, improve service delivery, and provide a safe and professional environment for the officers who serve our communities every day. It reflects our belief that those entrusted with protecting us deserve facilities that are resilient, functional, and equipped for the demands of modern law enforcement. To the officers who will serve from this headquarters, may this space empower you in your duties. May it support your efforts to maintain peace, uphold justice, and build stronger relationships within the communities you serve. To our partners and stakeholders, thank you for your commitment, for your cooperation, and unwavering support throughout this journey. Ladies and gentlemen, your presence here today adds to the significance of this occasion. We are honored to have you share in this historic moment with Gros Islet. Welcome, and thank you for being part of this proud chapter in the continued development of our nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Casimir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in for a treat. This individual is a prominent St. Lucian beauty queen and cultural ambassador, best known for her success in the 2025 National Carnival Queen Pageant. During the competition, she distinguished herself by winning several special awards, including Best Carnival Costume, Best in Carnival Costume, Best Second Interview. This beauty queen hails from Gros Islet. She has been celebrated for embodying the heart, heritage, and pure carnival charisma of the island. Following her performance, she has continued to serve as a vocal ambassador for St. Lucian culture and tourism, participating in national motorcades and promotional events under the theme, Let Her Inspire You. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tatiana Clovis Freitas.
After all that I've been through, who on earth can I turn to? I look to you, I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. Song, I look to you. About to lose my breath, there's no more fighting left, and sinking to rise no more, searching for that open door. Nothing to do but lift my head. I look to you. I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. I look to you. And when melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. Shine on me. I look to you. I look to you. After all my strength is gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. I look to you. And when melodies are gone, in you I hear a song. I look to you. You. I look to you. I look to you. Thank you.
Just excellent. Jagozili, excellent. The next speaker is a prominent St. Lucian politician and former law enforcement officer who currently serves as the Minister for Home Affairs, Crime Prevention, and Persons with Disabilities. As a person living with a disability himself, he has emphasized his commitment to eliminating discriminatory barriers and ensuring the full integration of disabled citizens into national development. He advocates for multifaceted national security strategies, including the use of the CARICOM arrest warrant bill to streamline regional fugitive captures and addressing the root causes of youth violence. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Jeremiah Norbert.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to adopt the protocol already established, but I'd like to recognize His Excellency Mr. Félix Finisterre, Deputy Governor General, and the Honorable Prime Minister Philippe Joseph Pierre in our midst today. I stand here this morning with a sense of ultimate gratitude and appreciation, not only as the Minister for Home Affairs, but as a former policeman. And it gives me, and I told Prime Minister, I whispered to him this morning when I came here, that this morning I woke up with elation in my heart, knowing that we are at this juncture where we can officially hand over the Gros Islet Northern Divisional Headquarters to the men and women of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. I understand all too well the long hours, the sacrifice that the police put in day in and day out, leaving their families behind to come out and ensure that we, those of us sitting here who work our office jobs, can go to bed and sleep peacefully in the night. I understand the importance of the work that the police officers, the importance of the work that they put in. But if there is someone who understands the importance of the work more than myself, is the Honorable Prime Minister. And he often boasts that his father was a policeman, and he uses that as a benchmark in terms of what he does for the police and to create a proper environment for the police. And it's because of that understanding, we as a government, under the leadership of this Honorable Prime Minister, saw it fit to ensure that the police had somewhere that was not just a police station, but we can boast and beat our chest about providing the police with what is considered the most modern police station in the Caribbean, the region right now. And it speaks to the way that we value the work that the police put in. The Prime Minister can tell you that he could have chosen to build just another police station. He could have chosen to do a quick fix. But when we did the site visit, and it speaks to the importance of continuity, and I'm happy that all of us, men and women sitting in front, can be here again today. Speaks to the importance of continuity to allow the government to continue the work that they've started. And we came here, I remember walking here with the Prime Minister, with the Minister for Education, the parliamentary representative for Gros Islet. I remember doing a walkthrough at the time. The police were still in occupation of this building. And it could have shown on the Prime Minister's face at the time, the heartbreak, to see the conditions that the police had to endure at that time. And many people said many things, some of which I will not say today. Many people said many things, just like they said when we provide the police with all the vehicles, they said it was replacement vehicles. And they said a lot more about the conditions that the police had to endure here in Gros Islet. But the Prime Minister remained steadfast, and we visited, we went across to, I don't know, HRDC, you call it, in Gros Islet. And although at the time there was some retrofitting to happen, and we knew it was going to be a big ask of the police, because this is not, the HRDC was not built to serve as a police station. And on that note, I want to thank the men and women who worked at the Gros Islet police station during that time, who endured the environment, who endured the conditions, understanding all too well it was not built for a police station, but knowing that they had a calling bigger than just the walls, a calling to serve and to protect. And they did it without fear or favor. They did it without complaining. And they stayed there and they endured because they knew that under the stewardship of Philip Joseph Pierre, something better was going to come. And here we are today. Today we are at this juncture where we are officially handing over the Gros Islet Divisional headquarters. And I know that the Minister for Education, the parliamentary for Gros Islet, said Gros Islet has a police station that is officially theirs. Yet it is theirs, but it is St. Lucia's own. It belongs to the men and women of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. And those people who may not necessarily be from Gros Islet, but we know Gros Islet is the community with the most money. The minister doesn't want to accept that. The most businesses, the most activities happening here. So this police station is going to serve the majority of St. Lucians. I want to thank the contractors for working diligently, putting their best foot forward, and for being able to deliver in such quick time. I want to also thank NIPRO for ensuring that with their partnership with the government that today we are able to be here to open the the Gros Islet Divisional headquarters. I also want to say a special thank you to Honorable Philip Joseph Pierre. And I say that with the utmost sincerity because I see for myself, I witness firsthand how this Prime Minister, the way that he cares about the police. I want to thank you, sir, for your leadership and for your foresight and for ensuring that national security is not something that is dealt with as if it is optional, but it is dealt with as something that is necessary. I want to thank you for ensuring that national security remains at the helm of our national priorities. I want to thank all the other stakeholders who were involved and who ensured that we can be here today. And in closing, I want to implore the police officers who are going to be occupying these buildings to make the ultimate use of it. I heard, I'm not sure, I'm guessing when we do the tour, I will see what is in there. But I heard that there is gym. I heard that Sandals and Windjammer has nothing on the quarters, the sleeping quarters that the police officers have here. And Mr. Norani, as is here to say that when he witnessed, he can tell you the difference between, and I'm sure there's not much difference between Sandals, Windjammer, and the Northern Divisional headquarters. That's the quality of what the police officers are getting this morning. But it is nothing short of what they deserve. Let's be honest about it. It's nothing short of what they deserve. So for me, I'm extremely grateful to be part of the ceremony today. I want to encourage the police officers to make the most of it, and as Father Afanas would have said in his prayer this morning, allow this building to be more than just a building, but a beacon of hope, and as something for us to move on and look forward. Hopefully, although I heard the MC keep speaking about Gros Islet, he never made mention that he's the inspector in charge of the Micoud police station. And I was very worried. I thought when I sat here and I eyeballed him, he would have said something about the Micoud police station. But he kept speaking about, I don't know if it's a pitch for him to come back to Gros Islet. So we are happy with you in Micoud. And we are going to continue to work with you in Micoud. But again, I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank the Prime Minister. And I want to wish the member for Gros Islet and the police officers well. I know that you will make the most of this facility. You're going to use it for everything that it is supposed to be used for, including the gun range, which I think is an exciting part. To have an indoor gun range. I don't know where in the Caribbean I've gone and I've seen a gun range in the police station, especially in a time when we see the type of crimes happening. I think it's important that that was fitted. And I know, and I think if I remember well, I don't know that that was in the initial plans. But I know when it was brought up, Prime Minister, yes, it was going to happen, and they found a way to put it in the plan. So I want to encourage everybody to make the most of it, and I pray that this police station serves the people of Gros Islet very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. It's still my dream one day to be in charge of Gros Islet. After all, that is the constituency that gave me birth. Before I call on the next speaker, here are some historical contributions of the Gros Islet Police. 1. Supported the growth of Rodney Bay. As hotels, marinas, and nightlife expanded, officers helped maintain safety in an area that quickly became one of the island's busiest zones. 2. Protected the Friday night street party. The iconic Gros Islet jumper became a major cultural attraction. Officers were central to keeping the event safe, friendly, and welcoming for locals and visitors. 3. Maritime and coastal support. With the marina nearby, Gros Islet Police often assisted with boating incidents, lost tourists, and waterfront safety. And last but not least, youth engagement. Officers frequently visit schools, supported youth sports, and built relationships that helped prevent crime before it started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Gros Islet Police a round of applause. The next speaker holds a bachelor's in criminal justice. He has a master's of science from the University of West Indies Mona campus. National Security and Strategic Studies, Project Management from the UWI. 27 years service. He is a former officer in charge of the Gros Islet Police Station. And mind you, would you imagine, in 2016, he was the youngest superintendent in the entire Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, a no-nonsense crime fighter, I invite to the podium Mr. Ronald Phillip, Deputy Commissioner of Police.
Master of Ceremonies, with your permission, I would like to adopt that protocol that has so been ably established. Notwithstanding, I would like to recognize the presence of His Excellency, Mr. Felix Finisterre, Deputy to the Governor General of St. Lucia, Honorable Philippe J. Pierre, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Justice, National Security, Constituency Development, and people empowerment. I'd also want to recognize the presence of the other ministers, parliamentarians, members of the diplomatic corps, government officials, public sector workers, residents of Gros Islet. I can see some of you in our midst. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to deliver brief remarks at this opening ceremony on behalf of the Commissioner of Police of the Gros Islet Police Divisional Headquarters. But it would be unfair, because I need to reminisce now about my days in Gros Islet. In 2015-2016, I had the honor of serving as the officer in charge of Gros Islet Police Station. I vividly recall the conditions under which we operated. If a member of the public or anyone at all needed to speak with me privately, Sharon Ephraim, I literally had to walk them outside the station to an area near the fence to ensure some degree of confidentiality. My office was separated from the police living barracks by half-inch plywood, so conversations in either space could have been heard clearly. The discomfort and agitation were real and constant at every level. Yet, even in those circumstances, we were expected to remain motivated and to keep the men and women under our command motivated. My hopes were lifted when the then Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Kenny Anthony, after I explained to him Gros Islet was the economic frontier of St. Lucia, and I used all fancy language, he recognized that the conditions were inhumane and that Gros Islet deserved a brand new police station at this very site. I was privileged then, 2016, to witness and contribute to the architectural drawings and designs. A commitment was made, works were to begin. Unfortunately, the rest is history. That promise did not materialize at the time. Fast forward to 2026, 9 years later, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force was still blessed with the hardest working Prime Minister in the region. And 9 years later, we stand in this new and improved Gros Islet Police Divisional Headquarters. I wish to applaud the Honorable Prime Minister for not only recognizing the challenges faced by police officers, but also understanding the hardship endured by the people of Gros Islet who have long had to navigate the absence of a proper facility to serve them. This newly commissioned headquarters stands as a tangible commitment to the people of Gros Islet and its environs that the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is serious about strengthening the security architecture of this policing division. It signals progress, it signals respect, and it signals a renewed dedication to service. To the existing officers who will serve as custodians of this facility, I am aware that Gros Islet Police Station has received 25% of our newly trained officers to augment its capacity. This is your opportunity not only to begin anew, but also to serve as mentors and role models to these young officers. The culture you establish here will shape their careers and, by extension, the future of policing in this division. Do not see the station as merely another multi-million-dollar capital project. See it as a chance to build a new standard of excellence. You have been entrusted with one of the most modern stations in the English-speaking Caribbean. I challenge you to make it a flagship of professionalism, a model of community policing, and a station known for being inclusive, approachable, and responsive to the needs of the community. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Executive, and the rank and file of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, I place on record our profound gratitude to the government of St. Lucia for its continued support and investment in strengthening our national security framework. While this may be viewed as a capital project, I assure you that it is far more than bricks and mortar. This facility will significantly boost the morale of our officers, providing an environment that is conducive to productivity, professionalism, and the well-being of both the police officers who serve here and the citizens who depend on these headquarters. May this building not only house operations, but also embody integrity, service, and pride. Happy 47th Independence to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Philip. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now be mesmerized with a performance by one of the premier uniformed marching bands in the Eastern Caribbean. This band was founded in June 18, 1947, under the direction of Nathaniel Griffith, originally starting with only 6 policemen. They serve as a national musical treasure, performing at state events such as Independence Day parades, Remembrance Day celebrations, community, religious, and school events across the island. Performing Mulala, original composition by Frank Noville and arranged by Mr. Dyson Imbert. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing and irreplaceable Royal St. Lucia Police Band. Oh yes, the greatest band in the world. World, not even Caribbean, the world. Our next speaker is the chairman of NIPRO and its parent company, the National Insurance Corporation. He holds several other directorships in key institutions and is the current chair of the Bank of St. Lucia. He has a long and distinguished history of public service going back to 1994, where he was the executive director of the National Development Corporation, now Invest St. Lucia. He is a former independent senator and deputy president of the Senate. He also served for 3 years as a commissioner on the Regional and Judicial Legal Services Commission of the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the podium Mr. Evaristus Jamari.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to accept the protocol that has already been established. However, I would like to recognize His Excellency Mr. Felix Finisterre, the Deputy to the Governor General, my Board of Directors at NIPRO, the Cabinet of Ministers, and the Honorable Prime Minister, Philip J. Pierre. The completion of the construction of the Gros Islet Police Divisional Headquarters must be a source of immense satisfaction for District Representative Honorable Kenson Cassidy, and of course the Prime Minister, who commissioned this project during his first term, having seen the deplorable conditions policemen and women had to endure. Of course, it must also be a source of relief for these law enforcers, and hope it will enhance their effectiveness during the course of their duties. The construction of the project has been successful in many ways. Notwithstanding the challenges of supply chain issues, heavy, prolonged rainfall during the hurricane season, labor and material shortages occasioned by a construction boom, this project remained within the contractual budget cost of $45,858,999.56. Almost 100 workers were directly employed under this project. This was made possible by the contractor, RF Construction, who was dedicated to having this project finished within budget. And there was the NIPRO team, headed by its CEO, Roston Taylor, who kept close tabs on the project. On behalf of the staff and management of NIPRO, I want to thank the contractors, RNF Construction, who handled the construction of the administrative block, and Rainy Construction, the accommodation section. With the furniture and fittings now in place, the policemen and women are expected to occupy the premises fairly soon. During the construction phase of the project, there was one variation. And Minister, I would answer your question, which you raised earlier. The addition of a facility to house a gun range on the premises costing $364,286. The outfitting of the gun range will take place later, and not too long from now. This project, done under a bold agreement between the government of St. Lucia and NIPRO, a fully owned subsidiary of the National Insurance Corporation, the source of the funding for the bolt, is a clear demonstration of NIC's commitment to the social and economic development of St. Lucia. The NIC stands ready to play its part in nation building by providing not only social protection, but the financing of St. Lucia's social infrastructure through NIPRO. The commencement of our next project is a Viewford Administrative Complex, which will be a bolt agreement between NIPRO and the government of St. Lucia. Let me thank all those who played their part in making this project possible. This has been a collective effort that has produced a successful end. As a national institution, we continue to look forward to being of service to the government and people of St. Lucia. As you tour this facility later, you will have an even better appreciation of the quality and volume of work done. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jamari. Our next speaker needs no introduction. However, is worthy of many. His 2025 victory broke a 24-year cycle in St. Lucia, where incumbent governments were consistently voted out after a single term. He has held the Castries East seat since 1997. His government recently focused on economic relief through one-time payments to pensioners and the advancement of the St. Jude Hospital commissioning project. His government is on record of having invested the most financially into law enforcement than any other previous administration. Ladies and gentlemen, the enigma, the principled, a leviathan among mortal men, our decisive leader, Minister of Justice and National Security, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre.
He forgot to say, I'm alive. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me recognize His Excellency Mr. Felix Finisterre, Deputy to the Governor General, Cabinet colleagues, Attorney General, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Parliamentary Representative for Gros Islet, members of the Police High Command, Commissioner, Deputy Commissioners, Permanent Secretaries, members of the NIPRO Board, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. If I tell you that I'm not happy this morning, I'll not be speaking the truth. So you must give me some latitude to say a few things, because I have a lot to say. And considering the fact that I don't have to speak now for my supper, because my supper was given to me on the 1st of December, I will say a few words really from the bottom of my heart. I was part of a government in 2016 when we decided that the Gros Islet police needed to work in better conditions. That was in 2016. NIPRO was approached, and we started the design, as the DCP told you, of the new police station in Gros Islet. In 2017, the people of St. Lucia in 2016 did what they did every 5 years, except this 5 years. What they did is they changed the government. And from 2016 to 2021, there was always talk about the Gros Islet police station. Talk. They would have gone in some building that was purchased. They would have repaired the old Scout headquarters. Talk. A lot of talk about the Gros Islet police. And some policemen were very patient, and most of them were very patient. Some of them even defended that talk. Talk about the Gros Islet police station. In 2021, the people of St. Lucia did what they did, and I was made Minister of National Security. I went to the cabinet and I said to them that from 2016, the police and the people of Gros Islet have been speaking about a new police station. So we decided that you would make a tour of the police station where they operated from. And again, the naysayers was talk, the naysayers, as usual. And I did something there that I always remember. I said to the police, I apologize on behalf of the government for having you working in these conditions. I made this public pronouncement And I meant it. Because, you know, people must understand that politicians, some of us have a conscience. And not everything we say is bluff and fluff. Even though some of us say it very well, but still bluff and fluff. I decided that we would work on causing the police in Gros Islet to have better working conditions. And I called NIPRO and I said, can you fund a police station for us? Because this Prime Minister doesn't instruct. He asks questions and he tries to get to consensus so that everyone can be on board. He doesn't use the power of the pulpit, and sometimes that may be misinterpreted for weakness. Or may even be misinterpreted, people believe that they can fool me. But my greatest strength is believing that I've been fooled. And some people learn that in a serious way. We called NIPRO and we said to them, can you fund the police station? And they went through the process. And they came back and said, yes, we can. There were some plans available. And I want to make it clear that the people involved in that were only St. Lucians. The architect was a St. Lucian. The electrical engineer was a St. Lucian, and we met him there. The architect was a St. Lucian. The electrical engineer was a St. Lucian. And the contractors were all St. Lucians. But the rumor mill was running that a minister working for a Trinidadian company was building the Gros Islet police headquarters. That was never true. It was always St. Lucians who were working on the Gros Islet police station. And bear with me, because you know sometimes it's very important that we recall the history. Because some of us like to be convenient where the history is concerned. But it's very important that we listen to the history and understand really where we are in this country and how we got where we got. So the contractors, then a tender went out. A tender. There was no direct award. A tender went out, and the contractors were chosen through tender. Then construction began. We came here in 2025. I think it was November 2025, on a site visit to see where we were going. And of course, the naysayers is the habit of going to unfinished buildings, and that will never finish, and that is bluff, election bluff. That will not happen. We visited and we said that we would deliver to the people of Gros Islet and the people of St. Lucia the most modern police headquarters in the region. And the naysayers were, it's bluff, it's the habit of looking at unfinished buildings, etc. But we persevered, and this morning I'm pleased, and I'm very pleased, and the cabinet is very pleased to tell you that we have delivered to the people of St. Lucia and Gros Islet a $35 million project built by St. Lucians, for St. Lucians, and for members of the police force. And I can proudly say this government has made the most investment in the police than any possible government. I can say that without any fear of contradiction. And that comes from a history of the government's investment in the police. It was this government that built the Marshall Police Station. It was this government that built the Dennery police stations. It was this government that started the Babonneau police station. It was also this government that started the fire stations in Mico, the fire stations in the fire station in Canaries, I think, yeah? This is this government. So this government's history of investment in the police and in national security is clear. It's this government that gave the police the best set of incentives, allowances, salary, equipment, vehicles, and as we speak, we've just spent $3.9 million on the Vieux-Fort Police Headquarters. We spent $4.5 million on the custody suites. And every policeman will tell you that when they arrested somebody, there was no place to put them. They used to bring them for a lime and drop them. And any policeman who can say this is not true, raise their hands. We built the custody suites. We built the Vieux-Fort, we repaired the Vieux-Fort Divisional headquarters. We relocated the Ansari Police Headquarters. We spent $162,000 on the Canaries Police Station. And as we speak, we are building radar facilities at Mula Sheikh in Vieux-Fort, costing nearly $500,000. And we are in the process, and I will not say when, of considering the construction of new police headquarters in Castries. This is our history, and a history the government is proud of. This is our history of how we have dealt with the police. We have given the police most vehicles, jet skis. We're in the process of speaking about buying a boat. We have given them bulletproof vests, hoping that every police will have a bulletproof vest. Every policeman, these which cost over $3 million. Up to today, this morning, we are going to be paying $952,000 to a supplier for bulletproof vests. And these are facts that can be checked, I never said my brothers and sisters. It's because of our commitment to law and order. And sometimes the truth is very difficult to hear. But fact is, we are living in very different times. What the police face now is very different from what they faced a few years ago. Only yesterday, there's an incident that the police before knew nothing about it. But of course, someone will get the blame, even if there was absolutely no knowledge of what was happening or what happened. But as usual, the doubting Thomases will want to blame somebody. So we're in a completely different national security environment, completely different. And the police have to be equipped. The police have to have the necessary training to deal with what we are dealing with. But most of all, the police must take themselves and their job seriously. That is very important. And I can also see that this Prime Minister, this Minister of National Security, has interfered the least in the operations of the police in St. Lucia. I say that without any fear or favor. I have interfered the least. That may be good or that may be bad. But I have interfered the least because I believe and I have the confidence that when a man or a woman decides to be a police or policewoman, they should have a certain level of integrity. They should have a certain level of belief and confidence in themselves, and they should have a certain level of love for St. Lucia and put aside their political affiliations and work for the people of St. Lucia in the pursuit of law and order. And any policeman who believes that his political affiliation can be brought into the police force and create a situation of disunity or a situation of victimization or a situation where people are made uncomfortable, their place is not in the police force. They must go and work somewhere else. Where they should go is run an election like him. So I make no apologies for the money that the government has spent on the police. We make no apologies for that. I believe that we could spend some more if we can. I also believe that the police have to show a certain level of responsibility to the people of St. Lucia and allegiance to the people. Because crime, when we have a safer St. Lucia, our motto is to make St. Lucia the best place to live and work in the region. When we have a St. Lucia in that way, the Prime Minister is not the one who benefits. I've always said, and some people have learned the hard way, I will not, that this job is a temporary job. It's a very temporary job. And I understand that this temporary job will end at some point. But the St. Lucia remains. And the people of St. Lucia have to get the service that the tax pays for. And when the police perform their duties, they are doing it for the people of the country. And that is why we give them the best conditions within the fiscal reality of the country. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the police who worked under these circumstances. I want to tell them that my job is to give them the resources to do their job. I want nobody to play my politics on me. I can do that well enough. I've done that 7 times successfully. So I don't need anybody to play my politics on me. I don't need that. I don't want any policeman to play my politics on me. I want the police to do their duty. That's all I want from them. To do their duty without fear or favor, and do not use their political affiliations to create issues for people that they believe do not support them. That's all I ask. That is all I ask. Just do your job. That's all I ask. Because your job is a very important job. I want to thank the members of NIPRO, the chairman of NIPRO. The chairman of NIPRO is my friend, but he doesn't deal with me as a friend when it comes to these businesses. I can tell you that. I have to report, I have to make sure that everything is fine. He takes no prisoners. He doesn't help me at all. I said publicly. Both as chairman of NIPRO, don't ask for the bank. I don't have an account there. So I want to thank him. I want to thank the members of NIPRO board. I want to thank Mr. Taylor, who is the general manager, the CEO, and Mr. Arnold, who was there before him, the members of the board, the staff of NIPRO, and the people who worked, the workers who worked on this project. I'm very proud to tell you that St. Lucians have created this masterpiece of a design. St. Lucians, give them a round of applause, please. And when you go in there, you will see class, you will see finishing, you will see a structure and environment that is fit for the men and women who protect us. They deserve every inch of building, and they deserve every cent that has been spent on them. And I'm very proud that St. Lucians did it. St. Lucians did it. It shows we have the talent, we have the capability. All what we need is the exposure and sometimes the discipline. That is all we need to take St. Lucia to the next level. So I want to wish you a very happy independence, the 47th independence anniversary. I want to wish you all the best. I want to tell you, you can celebrate. You can celebrate. St. Lucia is beautiful, and we're better than most of them. So let us enjoy. And don't, there's a deliberate attempt sometimes to put a damp of despair on this country. Deliberate. It's a deliberate attempt. But do not let yourself be carried away with that attempt to create despair and damper in this country by selfish people. It's deliberate. This country is not perfect. Not perfect. There's never been a perfect country in the world. There will never be a perfect country in the world. But I can tell you something. We are moving forward. We are moving forward together, and we are going to reach the goal of making our country the best place to live and work in the region. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. For the vote of thanks, I invite to the podium the Project Services Manager of NIPRO, Miss Ginger Biru.
Good morning, distinguished guests, honorable members. Allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. On behalf of the NIPRO Insurance Property and Management Company Limited, NIPRO, it is with profound pride and deep honor that I deliver the vote of thanks on this landmark and prestigious milestone for the Gros Islet Police Divisional Headquarters. Today represents the successful accumulation of careful planning, teamwork, and commitment to a shared national objective, the delivery of a modern, functional facility designed to support effective policing and public safety in the north of the island, and of course, St. Lucia on a whole. We express sincere appreciation to the government of St. Lucia for the vision and policy direction that enabled this project. Special thanks are extended to the Honorable Minister with responsibility for national security and Cabinet colleagues for their guidance, support, and the confidence placed in NIPRO to deliver this important national asset. To the Commissioner of Police and the officers of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, thank you for your invaluable input throughout the design and construction process. Your operational insight, helpfulness, shaped a facility that is practical, efficient, and fit for purpose. It is our hope that this headquarters enhance your day-to-day operations and serves you well to execute your daily duties. And now, I would like to acknowledge the consultants and construction team. First, the architects, 3X Architecture. I would like you to stand. Peebles Consulting Limited, engineers on the project. Come on, Michelle Mai. John C. Francis Consultants as MEPs. Thank you. And contractors, RNF Construction and Rene's Construction. Thank you all. And also the NIPRO project team, and of course, our clerks of works. All of you exerted professionalism throughout and dedication to ensure the successful delivery of this project. Despite challenges along the way, your collaboration and commitment to quality made this achievement possible. We are grateful as well to the Gros Islet community and stakeholders for their patience and cooperation during construction. Now, no celebration of this magnitude would be complete without the talent that enriched today's proceedings. We extend a special and heartfelt thank you to our guest performers, Ms. Tatiana Clovis and the Royal St. Lucia Police Band. You have added a vibrant and memorable layer to this historic occasion. Furthermore, I thank our distinguished guests, including our regional and international partners, for being part of this important occasion. Your presence reflects the collective responsibility we share in supporting initiatives that strengthen our national institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of NIPRO and the project team, thank you. May this new headquarters serve the Royal St. Lucia Police Force and the people of St. Lucia with distinction for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Biru. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now have the ribbon cutting and unveiling of the plaque. I invite our Excellency, Mr. Felix Finisterre, Honorable Philippe J. Pierre, Honorable Kenson Kazemi, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, and Mr. Evarista Jamari. You shall be escorted to the said location Following the ribbon cutting and unveiling of the plaque, ladies and gentlemen, we shall have a tour of the facility. However, I wish to inform you that due to the sensitive and security nature of the facility, only the following individuals or group of persons shall be allowed in for the tour. And that will be His Excellency, Mr. Felix Finisterre, Cabinet of Ministers, the police, and the board of NIPRO. The rest of you, amazing individuals, I invite you to share in some amazing, delicious, and healthy refreshments to my left. So whilst the tour is going on, you could mingle there and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much for being a part of history. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Guy Ellis headed to Bridge Street in Castries with a pocket full of job applications. His first stop was at the Voice Publishing Company Limited.
And I walked into the Voice